Kia ora, I'm Sherry Kinnear and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. A recruitment campaign to bring in specialist nurses in from overseas begins this week, 2 years after the start of the pandemic. MedRecruit owner Sam Hazeldine says there's no doubt we're in a crisis despite Health Minister Andrew Little's refusal to admit it. He says it'll take at least 6 months to recruit healthcare workers by the time they pick up their lives, travel here, get visas and do medical registration. Hazeldine believes the government has been too slow at recruiting.
Like in business, if you wait till conditions are perfect, you've probably waited too long. So I really would have started a lot earlier to try and get ahead of what is coming.
Pharmacies are getting ready for a rush on booster jabs. The interval between the second shot and the third has been reduced to 3 months from 4 today. It means more than 1 million New Zealanders over 18 are now eligible for a booster. There's a call for more support for businesses as they wait for the border to reopen fully. The government announced a 5-stage plan to reconnect New Zealand with the world. It starts from February 28 with New Zealanders in Australia being able to skip MIQ and self-isolate at home. By October, we'll be open to everyone. But the Canterbury Employers Chamber says the hospitality sector especially is struggling, and with no overseas tourists until October, the government needs to provide financial support to those businesses still hit hard by restrictions. The rising cost of materials is being seen as a major cause of stress for builders. The New Zealand Infrastructure Commission says construction costs rose more than 10% last year, the biggest jump since the mid-2000s. It's putting that down to labour shortages, supply chain bottlenecks and COVID-induced slowdowns. The West Coast community is tasked and ready for more wild weather, but they're getting tired of it. Westland and Bulla remain under Met Services' red heavy rain warning. In Westport, Herald photographer George Hurd says residents went through heavy flooding last July and many houses in low-lying areas are still uninhabited, waiting to be repaired.
So it'll be interesting to see what houses are going to be ruined this time. There was one lady who had just got her house back after it had been, fixed up and cleared and everything, and she was having to sandbag it again, which was sad to see.
In world news, the leader of terror organisation ISIS is dead after a US Special Forces raid in northwest Syria. Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qashi blew himself up and several others rather than be taken in the raid. A bomb destroyed the 3rd floor of a compound he was in, killing him and members of his family, including women and children. And the Winter Olympics gets officially underway this weekend in Beijing with the opening ceremony tonight. You can follow all the action and keep up with our Kiwi athletes with the Herald Sports team and Focus Sport. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.